That's what you're saying? Grab your crucifix? I thought it was something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Will, and welcome back to the channel. And welcome if you are new here. We are firmly into the sweaty butt crack of the month of October. And I'm a little late getting started on this ball, but it is spooky season, and as has kind of become a tradition on the channel, I take a look at horror movies during the month of October because I'm a chicken shit and I don't really watch the horror genre as much as I probably should. So this is a retro review. It's been a minute since I've done one of these, but I took a look at the original classic, A Nightmare on Elm Street. This is 1984's classic, starring Robert Englund as the iconic Freddy Krueger and a bunch of other people. I don't remember the names. I'm so sorry about that. Honestly, have never seen the original Nightmare on Elm Street for obvious reasons. I have seen one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I believe it was the Final Nightmare. It was the one with his daughter. That's all I remember. Don't ask me why that was the only one I've ever seen. It is. So I finally watched the original, and these are just some of my thoughts on it. I, for some reason, and again, this is just probably my idiocracy when it comes to a lot of the classic horror movies. I'm never one that sought out horror movies. I scare very easily, and the concept of a monster or a creature that can kill you in your dreams is utterly terrifying. This movie, surprisingly, I wasn't that scared. It was actually kind of funny. I knew Freddy, after a certain point, was more goofy than terrifying, or at least that's the vibe I got from some of the other movies that I've seen clips for. And with this movie, I've only seen the iconic clips, like the one with Johnny Depp getting pulled in the bed and the blood fountain that fires up. That was still very cool to see, surprisingly. I thought it was actually a really cool special effect. This first one, I was like, he's just really playing around with these kids. You know the story. I shouldn't have to explain this to you. But if you don't, Freddy Krueger is a villain who, according to the lore in the first movie, I don't know if they've retconned things later on, but he was a child murderer. A child unaliver. I don't know how this is going to work on YouTube, but he was killed by the parents of the town and now has returned for revenge, even though he murdered a bunch of kids. So I'm not sure what is the revenge, mostly because he got killed, I'm assuming. Nancy and Tina and the other two guys, they're the ones being hunted by Freddy. Obviously he offs 3 of the 4. And Nancy has to go toe-to-toe with the Master of Dreams. The practical effects for 1984 are really cool. I liked how they handled the effects, especially with how Tina was murdered. I thought the whole climbing up the wall thing was really cool. I've already mentioned the Johnny Depp murder, unaliving. I don't know how YouTube's going to respond to the M word. I'm not sure. The makeup is iconic. The character design is iconic. I was expecting it to be scarier. I was more so I want to say chuckling. Some of the dialogue was kind of campy and stuff, but this was 1984. This was directed by Wes Craven, the master himself, Wes Craven. For me, I found it more entertaining than scary, which I don't know if that means I'm turning over a new leaf, if that means I'm finally finding my niche when it comes to horror, but I had a lot of enjoyment watching the movie.
The fuck?
It's obviously not a bad movie. Some of the dialogue just... That was Johnny Depp's first acting role. But bro, some of the dialogue delivery kind of, I don't want to say pulled me out of it a little bit, but it was notable for the time. But I had fun watching it, which I was not expecting with Nightmare on Elm Street, but I did. I think Freddy, of all the movie slasher monster villains, whatever you want to call him, he's always been the most entertaining in terms of design. The burnt skin, the bowler hat, the claw, it's always been really cool looking. I'm not a big horror aficionado, obviously, but I can comfortably say I actually did enjoy the first Nightmare on Elm Street. It is definitely a period piece of its time. The most terrifying person in that movie was the freaking mom. What? Good Lord. Woman is like, the depiction of alcoholism in 1984, that was weird. And just it's like the disproving of it's not real, you should get some sleep, when you saw her in a sleep study get stabbed and pull out a bowler hat from under the sheets. It's just like the level of denial. Also, this was 1984, so she's just cracking out a cigarette during the whole sleep study. I was just like, I think I laughed more because of the time capsule that this movie is in terms of how 1984 society was depicted. Not necessarily at the people being unalive, which granted it was only 3 people technically. The ending is very, I don't want to say confusing for me, but I assume she's still dreaming because she told him at the end she wanted to be with them, or she wanted them back or something like that. And just the way it kind of set up, it was like, I got a little confused because I was like, is she dead? Like, did she lose? Or is she just trapped in a dream now? Obviously, I think I have to watch the others to see, which is something that my husband really wants me to do. So we'll just see what happens. But I don't want to say I'm proud of myself for watching A Nightmare on Elm Street. I kind of am, just because if you know me, you know I don't deal with horror very well. And we'll see what happens when I go to sleep tonight, what sort of dreams I have. But overall, I actually did enjoy A Nightmare on Elm Street. I didn't think I would. Kind of knew all the iconic scenes just through clip shows that I've seen. So, but it was interesting to actually watch it from beginning to end. And I actually did enjoy myself. So, kudos. I'm sure most of you have already seen the movie. I'm just extremely late to the party. But anyway, if you have seen Nightmare on Elm Street, let me know if you think it holds up after so long, if you are one who revisits it a lot, or let me know what others in the franchise you would recommend. My husband recommends Dream Warriors, which I think is the 3rd one, so maybe I'll check that one out before the season is done. So this is going to do it for my thoughts on A Nightmare on Elm Street. Let me know anything that you want to talk about in the comments down below. Let me know suggestions of other movies I should check out. You can go back and see some of the other horror movies I've done, or spooky movies, or suspense movies and stuff within the genre. Some are horror based, others are like supernatural based. I'm very loosey-goosey when it comes to this season, but I try to do a couple of them. So thank you so much for checking out this and all my videos. I really do appreciate it. If this happened to have been the first time you checked out one of my videos, again, my name is Will. I do geeky stuff on the internet, and this time of year I try to watch a couple horror movies just to kind of expand my library a little bit more. Reviews, reactions, all that fun stuff. If it happens to pique your interest, please check out some of the other videos I have on the channel, and also subscribe to the channel if you would. I would greatly appreciate it. Follow me on a lot of different social media. I've got it all listed at the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, until next time, have a good dream, and I will catch you later. See ya. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.